Hi, this is Angela with the documentary Jesus and Lithium signing in. I wanted to share a post that I'm going to make on Facebook that very few people will read because of its length. I'm making this for my video blog or whatever, and it's also part of my documentary material, so here it is. Everyone seems to voice their opinions on the gun issue, so here is mine. And it is unique. In 2002, I briefly dated a cop who took me to a range one day to shoot. I was pretty good, but had no desire to own a gun. I knew owning a gun could open up the potential of breaking commandment number 6, thou shalt not kill. In 2005, I was sexually assaulted by 5 men, and if I would have had a gun, I would have shot all 5 with a shaky hand but a clear intention, thus exposing me to a possible trial. Because of that rape, I was taken to a psych hospital to deal and cope and heal for about 20 days. That one visit alone placed me on the 86th list, revoking my right to own a firearm. I was told that the right to own a gun could be reinstated if I had a judge sign off on the paperwork for it. So I asked my shrink about the prospect and he didn't waver. If I want to buy a gun, I have to go through certain channels now, since I have never committed a crime, I could once again possibly have the right to own a gun reinstated by a judge. See people, everyone on this planet has the potential to shoot to kill, given the means and opportunity. So to blanket the debate, well, it all boils down to the mental health issue, it's bullshit. The people I meet in some hospitals, and some people that I have met, were very suicidal. They shouldn't own guns. But there's this gray area when it comes to people like me, who would prefer not to own a handgun for many reasons, with this one exception. I would shoot a person who is trying to kill my family, and I would shoot a scare shot to any animal trying to attack one of my pets. Tonight happened to be one of those nights. Something was trying to devour my cat tonight, and all I could do was scream. I wasn't close to a rock or anything that I could throw, and now my cat might be dead. If I would have had a gun, I would have fired a shot into the air, hopefully scaring the predator away. I can understand a person wanting to own a gun for protection, truly I do. And the ways of which the world are scary, and the way that times for many of us, who do not walk alone in faith, things can seem bleak. I understand sheer terror, and I have at times been so frightened that my knees buckled out from under me. But there is no reason for me, as a citizen of the United States, to own a gun that can fire over 200 rounds per minute. Or per minute. Somewhere under all of the fears of bans and the threats of war and famine, there is surely a common ground that can be met on the gun ownership issue. I believe violence breeds violence, and street fire in the United States is something that is not anywhere near what people live with in the Middle East. Personally, I don't want to live in the Wild West, although I understand the desire to own a gun. But we should not, no, cannot boil all of this down to the simplistic solution such as the mentally ill should not have guns. I've been checked out by just about every shrink in the state of Washington, Pierce, and they always let me go. If I was a threat to society, I would be institutionalized, but I'm not. So maybe all of this really boils down to is keeping the guns out of the hands of fanatics who feel that they cannot exist in the world without a way to kill someone. To me, those are the people that should be on red alert. There is something psychologically disturbing to me when a person feels they must own a certain weapon, certain weapons that are available in the United States. It all reminds me of the movie with Michael Douglas called Falling Down, where a quiet and meek man has a psychotic break and goes crazy with his guns. All humans possess certain biological characteristics, many of which include protecting their family, friends, and their community. Tonight, my cat, whom I love as a child, was being attacked by another animal, and I felt helpless. All I could do was scream. It was like that scene in Eye for an Eye when Sally Field was in the city listening to her daughter being raped and killed on the phone, and nobody in the city would help her. It was a moment like that. It is a horrible feeling, and I pray my cat is okay and will come home. Just like I hope all of the troops and the soldiers will come home as well. In closing, I will state for the record that I understand the desire to have a gun. I also know how it feels to be told that because you have a certain mental condition, somehow you are less of a part of society because you cannot, for whatever reason, be trusted. If you want to weed the people out who shouldn't own guns, then justify it with more hang on. If you want to weed the people out who should not own guns, then justify it with a more surefire method other than just a simple background check. Screen each person with the same measure, a fair one. This is Angela Arnett reporting on the gun debate going 10-7. And remember, wherever you go, there you are.